Okay, this is a story about the 1942D SRPM number 12, which is a SRPM is standard database, Repunched Mintmark number 12. You look over here, oh, there it is. And that's a real looker right there. Now I'm going to be recording this, most of it for the database itself. I'll take you over to the screen. And where the heck did it go? I had it here. Okay, here's a standard database I've been putting together. There's a lot of work going into. One thing we're adding in is a video for each variety. This will take literally years to put together. Okay, you got the index over the side. If you click on Sent Dive Varieties, it'll take you to this page, right? You just go down, pick out what you're looking for, the date, 1942. It'll take you to this page. And it'll have all the dive varieties known for that particular date, not just double dives, upbursts, rebirths, not just RPMs, but anything else we can come up with. CUDs, retained CUDs, clash marks, you name it. If it's attributable, we're going to be putting it in there. And we're starting off with this set of videos, so you can take a look at that right in here. Now, right now it's in the works, so I'll add the link in later. But we also have the cross references in here, so you can look at CONECA. Okay, this cross references the CONECA RPM-12, and we'll have a good look at this in a little bit. And this is important, this die crack over VDB. That's a die marker. That'll tell you that this is stage B. And let's see, we got Coppercoins. Here we go. He refers to it as 1mm013, number 13, D over D southeast. And he's got a couple of nice die markers. I like the one between 4 and 2. We'll look at that. The camera limitations kind of preclude showing you these. These are micron thick die scratches. You can pick them up with a loop. But the limitations of digital photography here, I'm going to preclude that right now. Okay, and it's Wexler number 16 on Wexler. And you got a couple of shots here, and he's got the crack over VDB. There you go. Let's take a look at that. Okay, where did I lost my place. There's this. Okay. Did we get to see any of that? Okay, scope. There. All right. Good looking specimen. I'd like to have a good looking one to start out with. We're going to go in and zoom in and look at that D. And this is going to take a little bit of doing. Okay. It is very difficult to see this one. You're looking, let me see if my pointy stick works right. You're looking at an outline of a D to the southeast. And it just starts poking out right up here. And it's light, it's slight. Also, you're looking at the lower serif and at the upper serif in a couple of points. And inside, oh dude, this is very hard. On the lower half of the D is just a bit of a raised metal. But we got to get way in for this. And I'm at the limit of this scope. So I'll be moving up to a better microscope at some point. This is what you're looking at. And we got to play with the light to be able to see the southeast part below and outside the D. But it is clear in there. But getting the thing to focus at this level of detail is a challenge, believe me. Okay, there. Well, you can kind of see the discoloration is what it'll appear like on your screen. And if I can get my pointy stick in there, there you go. Starts right up here about 3 o'clock and extends all the way down right to about there. All right, now we'll look to see if we can see inside the D. Now, lower half, you got some raised metal on the inside of the D. And I'm using my stick to hold it up. Okay, now we're going to look at the lower serif, and this is going to be just about impossible with the light that I have available. We're going to try it. And with the size that we're looking at, it's going to be, I don't think we're going to see it. So I'm going to take the camera apart, and we'll have another look. Let's get the upper serif so we can see that. It's going to be shaky. I'm trying to do this by hand. No, I get too much shadow. I'm going to take the camera off, and we'll put it right down to the coin. And this is, we're working at the limits of this scope. Ready? I got to find the thing. There's the date. Okay, we're looking at the lower serif of that Mintmark to see a split. And I did it earlier, but boy, it took every bit of skill Okay, the lower serif is what you're looking for. It's just this tiny little split. And you can see some of the raised metal on the outside of that D. Let's see if I can do this and hold it steady enough to see. Ideally, well, you can almost see it. Ideally, we'll do a video for each known die variety out there. Of course, I got to get each known die variety out there. Let's look at the upper serif over here and see if we can see that. And after that, we'll go hunting for die markers. There you go. If I can hold that steady, top serif, you see the split right at the corner. Okay, that's a D over D over D, southeast, and it's rotated. Okay, now let's go after some die markers. You're looking between the 4 and the 2. Boy, this one's hard. This is the good one. This is one of the easy ones. Between the 4 and the 2, I've got just a slight raised line right between the 4 and the 2. And if we can show you, different photographs on different websites will show this better. Coppercoins is a good shot of the 4 and 2. Let's try a different angle on that. I'll find my way in, and I'll slope it down. No, I'm not going to see it at that angle. Let's try it from the top. Okay, we're kind of there. I need 3 hands to do this really well. Maybe between the 4 and the 2 is just a tiny little polish mark connecting the 2. Okay, and between, nope, above the VDB, where are you? There we are. Let me try to get that lined up right so it's vertical. There's the VDB, and right on the upper ridge of the bust, you'll see that die crack. And that's a die marker. I think everybody points that out. Coppercoins, CONECA, and Wexler all point to that. And you get a better shot if I put this up here. There we go. And readjust everything. And there it is. There, it shows up better here. I had a pointy stick. Where'd it go? There you go. Starts over here. Right about there where the shoulder fold comes down. Comes up across, raises over the ridge, and then gets lost right over here by the B. That's a key die marker for this. Let's have another look at this under different light and different angles. So we can see that line between the 4 and the 2. This one's very subtle, probably why it's number 12 on the list. I'm not going to be able to see it very well. Okay, to the southeast of the D, you got a little horn sticking out, and some extra metal to the southeast, and a little horn right at the bottom, kind of poking out. That's all it is. Now there are other die markers, but we're not going to pick them up on this camera. I would need another grade up above that, but there's a die polish mark just above In God. On the reverse, I've got a whole bunch of die markers that'll stand right out. A lot of them in and around the N coming down from the C, but on this camera we won't be able to see those. But I can take you over to Coppercoins and show you what he has. Okay, let's have a look there. Screen. Here is CONECA, right? They record this as number 12. Oh, I got to look at this because each site has a different lineup on their web page. There we go. This is RPM-12 according to CONECA. It's 12th in their list. And you see the extra meat over here on the right side and the bit down the center. The splits on the serifs are very, very hard to see, even on good magnification. Over here you can see the die crack above the BDB. Okay, we go over to Coppercoins. Here we go. Again, he points to the side. These serifs, oh boy, they are difficult, let me tell you. But he's got the line between the 4 and the 2. Polish marks above the N and G. And around the N and United, he got a couple of really nice ones that stand right out. And Wexler has it as number 16, and he has a pretty good description on here. Points to the 2 serifs and the big bulge below the southeast. And there's the die marker above VDB, above the N. Okay, they show up. Now, if this was a, let me find my way home here real quick. There we go. The value on something like this, if this was a regular MS63 red, 1942D, we'd expect a price of about $7. There we go. And I'd give that 63. I've got a number of, just tiny blemishes, lots of contact marks, but not so many that it's really disruptive to the coin. A little discoloration here. Here's a contact mark. One on the shoulder. Has a little discoloration here. There's a contact mark. Not too bad. So for MS63, Numis Media gives it a value of $6.90, about $7. All right, there's a contact mark. Too many marks for a 64, but I think we get away with 63 pretty easy. Here's a couple of spots, and if I angle that right, you can see they're not particularly distracting. There we go. Looking at the value of RPMs in high grade or higher grade uncirculated, bright red, because oh boy, it's shining. You're looking at probably between $15 and $25 for that piece. Yeah, that's about what they're worth. I see shows they blow these things out of proportion, saying they're worth hundreds or thousands, or well, there are some that might be more valuable, but your typical RPMs, $15, $20, and you can put together a pretty good collection of these. One at a time. It'll take many, many years, let me tell you, to put together a full set. And I don't think as yet it has been done. So keep an eye out for that, folks. Thanks a lot. There. Okay, I had that part on record, so I didn't say anything about chat. So I want to thank you guys for stopping in. Bugs in the wheat? Let me look. Yeah, bugs in the wheat would be the kind of thing we'd record. What do we got in the wheat? I think I saw a die crack over here. Just over towards the edge, just a subtle one. But no, these are pretty solid. No bugs in those wheats. Yep. This has been bouncing around here for a while. It's taken a while to get this database going. Man, it's one at a time. That's all we can do with that. Is Altig correct right word? Perhaps a tilted easel. I've had trouble understanding it. And if you could use English, that would help me out. Oh, look, I got a new shirt. Did you see it? This came from Paula. All I want for Christmas, you ready, is bacon. God love you. And it's so apropos. Let me see if I get my head in here. There you go. Man, this one is tough to see, though. There's Lincoln Central Coins. Okay, did we show you what we're looking at? We're looking at a Repunched Mintmark on that D. And because of the color, the brightness, the way the camera handles the photos, oh, dude, it's almost impossible to see. But we can get in there. Let's try to get in there at the right side. And we'll look at the lower serif. There's a split on that. And on the upper serif, on the underside of the upper serif, we've got just a little split. Another split on the upper side of the upper serif. God, this is so hard. I've got the thing in my hand, trying to hold it steady. And let's see if we can see the upper part of the upper serif. Just a split, that's all it is. It looks like just, two corners, right close side by side. That's what you're looking at. And there's the bit between the 4 and the 2. Yeah, gosh darn hard to see. But it's sound. That's what they call it. That's what it looks like. And you've got a whole lot sticking out. Let me move this around here. To the southeast on the outside of the RPM. And that's quite subdued. Now, to me, I thought this looked like die deterioration, but I don't have any of the same deterioration anywhere else in the coin. All right, I'd expect to see some over here on the edge of the 2 or under the bust. And then I couple that with the notion that CONECA, Wexler, and Daughtry have all certified that as a remnants of an RPM. No, I'm too close to the edge of my board here. There it is. Let's see if we can see that down here. It's darn near impossible. Now with a loop, yeah, it'll pick right out. You can see that because your loop is going to pick up far more than any camera will. You'll get 2 megapixels equivalent out of that. Whereas a 10x loop and a keen eye, you can pick it up from a mile away. And you can see the dye marks, the little polish marks in the back, which you can't see with this loop or with this scope. There you go. Let's see if you can see the just a little tooth sticking out right to the side of the D. Right over here about 3 o'clock, just a little tooth. And down here about 6 o'clock, another little tooth. That's it. And the splits. Boy, that's a fine one. So we're going to add that because we got the database and we got cross references. Here's the screen. Where's the database? Okay, on the standard database. Where are you? There you go. So you get the full, the whole blurb, US 1C, 1942D, SRPM number 12. Some explanation of the dye markers. You've got to add more photographs, but this is the best photograph I've got right now. Oh, it needs a lot of work, but we got cross references. And adding a video to each of these, I think, would be a big help. So you can, look up your dye variety and get a video response to what it looks like. No, that's not it. I lost my place. I need this, and I need that. There, we found a way home. Sachu, dude, that's Rashida. That's Rashida in Japanese. Any coin Jeopardy coming soon? I got too much on my plate, man. You want to do the answers? I'll get you an extra 100 points. Good morning, Anna. Okay. Well, I got to keep doing more of these because I got to do about what 4, 5, 6,000 different dye variety shows, and I'm going to use the cover here and just change the the 1942D part, the black part, so you can not only look up your dye varieties in the standard database and check the cross references immediately, right? Maybe you don't like my photos because I'm not a photographer, I'm a coin guy. But you can get, a video and links to other sites where they've been attributed. I think it'll be fun. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for stopping in today. Happy Black Friday. Is that what it is? Look at my shirt. This is one of the cooler shirts I have. This would be my Christmas shirt. I'll have to wear it steadily for the next month. Alrighty. Guys, you stay groovy out there. We'll see you later.